Hello and welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar and today we're checking out the latest balance patch update from Blizz for Heroes of the Storm, and I do believe this one is called 17.4. 17.3 was just bug fixes and all whatnot. We got hero changes for the most part and obviously bug fixes. So we're just gonna jump in right into Kael'thas Sunstrider. First off, Verdant Sphere straight D, Mana Addict, regeneration globes required to complete the quest have been reduced from 25 to 20. Now there were a lot of people complaining about this one, myself included. It's too hard to get to 25. Okay, simply because Kael'thas is not exactly a roamer, okay? You're not gonna go from lane to lane, well, you can go from lane to lane looking for globes, but you're kind of putting yourself at risk considering you're very squishy, low HP, and you have no real escape. If you hit your stun, maybe you'll be fine, maybe. And if you don't hit it, you're not gonna be fine, if you get caught out, obviously. Fell Infusion talent bonus ability power has been decreased from 5% to 4%. Again, see, these are level 1 talents for Kael'thas. Now, the Fell Infusion quickly was becoming the way to go for Kael'thas. Been picked a lot in competitive, also been picked a lot in Hero League, Team League, higher levels, and so on and so forth. Blizzard says here that was doing a little bit too much. From 5% to 4% might not seem like that big of a deal. Okay, it's 1% or whatnot, but if you look again at percentages, is a 20% decrease on the actual talent. Will this make much of a difference? Well, I don't know. Mana Addict is going to be a lot easier now to get up to 20. Okay, to actually get the barrier now, so it might matter. Flame Strike Q, Conviction, another talent at level 1. These are all the talents at level 1. Bonus damage on quest completion increased from 150 to 175. Now, I don't believe this was the problem with this specific quest talent. Again, another quest talent for Kael'thas. I love playing with Conviction. It was so rewarding from my point of view to actually get the full stacks. The problem with the talent is that if you die while you're getting the stacks, okay, and not completing the quest, then you're gonna lose everything and it's gonna set you back quite a while. Usually, Fell Infusion was like the go-to option simply because it was safer. So obviously you see Blizzard doing here, buffing the other underpicked talents and nerfing the one which was kind of the way to go for Kael'thas. Love the changes. Obviously I love playing with Conviction. We're gonna get a bigger bonus now, but still the problem remains with Conviction. If you die early game, well, then you're gonna be set back quite a while. Also love the change to Mana Addict, easier to get the shield, which is important for survivability on Kael'thas. W Living Bomb, Sun King's Fury, I do believe this was at level 16. Bonus damage decrease from 190 to 171. Scaling has not been touched up. Now Blizzard is a little bit pissed with the amount of burst Kael'thas could do with Sun King's Fury, and rightfully so. He could delete targets rather easily, especially a Tracer if she stood still long enough to actually take some damage. So overall, I do believe that the nerfs on Kael'thas are warranted simply because his win rate kind of skyrocketed. We've seen him demonstrated in competitive at the latest Europe regional finals. Well, Team Dignitas showed off a masterful Kael'thas, even picked up the Rebirth talent at level 20, would you believe? I was like, what the hell is going on? So anyway, I'm glad that they're nerfing Kael'thas a little bit. It's not a huge nerf, okay, calm down. It's a big nerf to Sun King's Fury from my point of view, but I do love the fact that they're buffing the other two options at level 1. Again, I like to play with Conviction a lot. Okay, let's move on to the Butcher. The Butcher has kind of fallen from grace, okay? He no longer is a meta pick. Kind of everybody forgot about the Butcher simply because when the Butcher goes in, there's so many things you can do about him. Okay, come on, charge me, bro. I dare you, you know? That's kind of the thing with the Butcher. He kind of fallen from grace. He's not really all that meta anymore, so let's see what Blizz did to him. Enrage talent cooldown has been reduced from 30 to 25 seconds. Okay, Hamstring Crew, Chop Meat, bonus damage to minions and mercenary increased from 50 to 100%. Now this was a talent at level 1. At level 1 you could pick this one up. If your Q ability would kill minions, they would drop double stacks of fresh meat or something like that. I forgot about it. Anyway, this was an underpicked talent for the Butcher at level 1. Usually people picked up Victuals. I used to pick up the Invigoration talent with the second axe talent at level 4, so you can harass better. W Butcher's Brand, Insatiable Blade talent, bonus healing from basic attacks increased from 25 to 50%. Now this was, I think, was a level 4 or level 7, I don't remember right now, because again, been a long time to actually play the Butcher seriously, but this would increase the amount of healing you get from your basic attacks from 75% to 100%. Now it will be increased from 75% to 125%. The problem is actually being able to stick on your target and actually auto-tagging while Butcher Brand is active. That is the problem, not necessarily the amount of healing. Ruthless Onslaught E. Now this, from my point of view, is the biggest change to the Butcher. Cooldown reduced from 20 to 15 seconds. Now that's a whopping 25% reduction in cooldown. We're going to be able to use our E ability a whole lot faster. Keep in mind that you are unstoppable while this happens, so it is a big deal. Mana cost has also been reduced to match the cooldown. Unrelenting Pursuit talent cooldown reduction has been decreased from 40% to 43% simply because, again, the base cooldown has been reduced, so they can match it up like that. would be pointless now that this would probably might have been a must-be pick talent, you know, if they left it at 40. I don't know, probably. Furnace Blast, the cooldown has been reduced from 90 seconds to 80 seconds. Not that big a reduction in cooldown. Damage, however, has been also increased from 456 to 500. Now that's practically what? 10%? Okay, so 10% on the nose. Almost. Anyway, 10% damage increase for Furnace Blast. The problem with Furnace Blast, like I said, Butcher goes in. Okay, this is kind of what the Butcher does. You don't really want to activate Furnace Blast while you're like in the middle of it. You want to go charging in with Furnace Blast active, and like I said, there's a whole bunch of things which you can do about the Butcher. For example, a polymorph and all whatnot, you can get out of the range. I do like to see the buff to Furnace Blast. Everybody was playing pretty much with the Lamb to the Slaughter because it got a buff. That's the hitching post. Again, the silence added there is a big deal, especially at level 20. Okay, the AoE silence that on all the targets, that can practically win you a team fight by itself. Will this mean we'll see a lot more Butcher play? Well, hopefully, but again, he's a dead hero at this point as far as the meta is concerned. He doesn't really see a whole lot of play. Hopefully this will change that, coupled together again with the fact that hitching post can now silence target. That's a big deal from my point of view. But again, the biggest change would be this one, the cooldown reduction for your E ability. We're gonna move on to Nazeebo. Basic attack damage reduced for Gargantuan by approximately 20% basic attack damage reduction, and the storm damage has also been increased by also 20%. So 20% less on basic attack damage and 20% more for storm damage again for your Gargantuan. We streamlined Gargantuan's damage a few patches ago and no longer deal bonus damage to non-player targets. In the process, he ended up with clobbering enemy heroes a bit harder than we liked. We're lowering his base attack damage to bring it more in line, and buffing stomp damage to make activating this ability more impactful. The problem with stomp on Gargantuan is that it's got a long animation to it. Okay, if your target is not crowd controlled a little bit, at least they have plenty of time to move out of it unless they're stupid. So there you go. We're gonna move on to Rexxar. Yay, Rexxar Buff. Rexxar at the current time is one of the most underplayed and underappreciated heroes, and for good reason. He's not very good at what he does. There's always better picks than Rexxar, almost regardless of the situation. Basic attack range has been increased by a whopping 22%. Okay, so huge basic attack range increase for Rexxar. Theoretically, that means he will be a lot safer staying in the backline. His base health has also been increased by approximately 5%, and so has his health regeneration. The throwing axis talents, however, has been removed. I think this was a level 4 or level 7, I can't remember. It would increase your basic attack range by 25%. You see, it's worked now into his overall kit. Not by 25, but 22, but there you go. More survivability for Rexxar overall. Again, he'll be able to stay further in the backline and has more health. So there you go. Misha, leash range increased back to back by approximately 12.5%. So again, goes in with the basic attack range increase. Okay, again, you'll be able to have a whole lot more distance between you and your bear. Theoretically, that means you can zone better, you can stay a whole lot safer while Misha is being a pest and all whatnot. Misha charge W cooldown reduction from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. An aspect of the beast talent cooldown reduction earned from Misha's basic attacks reduced from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. Obviously, they're doing this because they did this, okay, to balance it out to some degree. These are the big changes, okay. This is cool too, the reduction in stun, but this is the big thing. Again, you'll be able to have a bigger distance between yourself and your bear, theoretically allowing you to stay safer. You got more health also, but a tracer can zipline around your Misha with no problem. Okay, get behind and all whatnot, Zeratul cloakers, whatever. If you're gonna be able to flank a Rexxar, flank around his bear, you're still gonna be able to take him out with not too much issue. 5% extra health is not that big of a deal, okay? It does matter. Absolutely, these changes are welcome from my point of view, and I do believe I will update my Rexxar build guide. I hate to see the champion of the Horde be a dead hero. He's the champion of the bloody Horde, but he's so unrewarding to play, you know, and as Blizzard admits it here as well. So yeah, what else? Bug fixes. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for now. As always, I'm looking forward to reading your comments on these specific patches. What do you think overall? I know some of you are gonna be angry with the Kael'thas Nerfs, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad, guys, and he deserved it, okay? His win rate, like I said, skyrocketed. He was a highly contested hero, so just a tiny bit too strong. And the nerf is tiny bit again, and we do get buffs to level 1 talents. Butcher, I hope you'll see some play now. I really hope you'll see some actual play now. I was like, when I was looking for my heroes, I was like, well, look, the Butcher, we actually have that hero. You know, he's like forgotten and all whatnot, and I really hope Nazeebo don't think it matters too much. I like to play with Ravenous Spirit a lot more than with Gargantuan. No, I'm one of those weird people. There you go. And I really hope these changes will mean a lot to Rexxar. I really want to see him get a lot of play because he's the champion of the Horde, and I would love for him to be more rewarding and more fun. This might be it. I don't know. Again, I'm looking forward to reading your opinions in the comment section down below. As always, my name has been Leyzar, and I'll see you guys again soon. And like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Bye bye.